Hi, authors. It's Mrs. Lanning here for Writer's Workshop, and I've got my glasses on today so I can learn with you. So, what do you think of when you think of art, boys and girls? Maybe when I say the word art, you think of drawings, paintings, or music. Art allows us to use our creativity to make something and to share with others, right? A lot of artists share their work with others. But did you know that writing can be a form of art? Especially poetry can be a form of art. Poetry is considered an art in many ways because it allows people to create images in their mind. Not only that, but poets, remember, a poet is a writer who creates poems. We call them poets. So you boys and girls are poets. But poets are very intentional and creative when it comes to organizing the words and sentences in their poems. They're very thoughtful about their organization or order. Maybe your teacher's shown you some poems that are in the shape of what they're talking about. Maybe there's a poem all about love that's written in the shape of a heart, or a poem all about rain that's written in a way that looks like a raindrop. Today, we are going to explore and listen to a poem and notice the way the poet arranges the words and the sentences, because it's a little bit different than the way we arrange our small moments or our informational texts. So some of you friends may be familiar with this poem and you can say it along with me. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Let's say that together. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. What do you notice about the way that these words are organized on the lines? Some of you notice that the lines in the poems had just a few words on each line, almost like the lines were broken apart, like the sentences had been broken apart. Even though the author had all the space to put all of those words on one line, they didn't. They decided to spread the words apart across lines. And we call these lines, right here, we call them line breaks. So they might call this line 1, line 2, line 3, and line 4. Those are intentional line breaks. Even though they had all this space to write all the words, the author intentionally, almost like hitting the enter button, went to the next line. And some of you notice that. Why do you think the author uses line breaks? Why would a poet use line breaks? What do you think? Ooh, yes. Well, poets do not always write in complete sentences, but they always write in a way that gives meaning. Because remember, poetry is designed to activate a reader's imagination and emotions. The poet may not write in complete sentences or split the sentence across multiple lines, but they always make sure that their words have meaning for their reader. So like some of you observed, they may have organized the words onto different lines because they belonged together. They were the same thought. Or maybe because they want to emphasize a certain word or emphasize a certain saying. So let's take this Roses Are Red poem and let's try organizing it in different lines and see how that affects how we read it or how we imagine it. So here's the original on the way the author organized the lines. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. But now I want you to see, I took the poem and I rearranged the words into different lines to see how the line breaks might impact how I read it as a reader or as a poet. Ready? Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. So here you'll see I separated the first word roses all by itself, and I put violets all by itself, and I put sugar all by itself. Well, I did this because I really wanted to emphasize that one word. So that line break really helped me emphasize that one word. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. Or maybe I do it this way and I separate the colors and the adjectives. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. That's one way how the lines, it's the same exact words, but you notice when I rearrange them on the lines, it changes how I read it. Or this way, all together on two lines. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. A lot of times those line breaks can sometimes mean pauses in our voice. So you'll see when you're writing, you can rearrange your words in special ways on different lines to emphasize certain words or sayings. Remember, poets place their words on purpose. They're very intentional about where they're going to place their words and how it will help the reader emphasize certain words or sayings. Today, you can continue working on your own poem or begin a new one. As you write, remember to place your words on purpose. All right, poets, it's your turn. Writers, go write.